Hey, Mary, back with another video. It's July 17th, 1:42 p.m. and I just recently got home and started making some tea. So anyway, today was one of those weird days where, I was on the way to work and then they had the road closed off to where I usually go. So I had to go all the way around, they had a little detour sign, so I went to a different area to get to work, kind of square type formation. But as I was driving to work on my little detour, there was two ladies who were walking in the morning. Walking, isn't that a terrible thing to do? I wonder, are they gang stalked? Should they be gang stalked for walking? Is it a crime? Seems like it is. Anyway, so they were nice enough to tell me, you need to go to this particular area. And I didn't even ask. I guess a lot of people were kind of lost, so they were taking, on that responsibility to try to direct people, which was really nice, okay? Because, some people are just assholes, as we all know. So I do appreciate them. I wanted to say thank you, but the traffic was crazy, so I just needed to get back on the road. So anyway, on the way home, that the road was still closed off, and I was like, okay, great. So I had to take, another route. And it ended up in the Rosedale area, which was fine, I guess. I kept thinking, well, you know what, it's kind of nice, different area. I haven't been over here in like a long time. The last time I remember really going out there, I used to do some shopping there a long time ago. I used to have a job out there, and it has changed so much, like I almost didn't recognize it. But anyway, so I kept thinking, okay, I need to pick up some stuff on the way home, and I need to get another bottle of water. Now, I did just buy some water, but I've been like, my son has encouraged me to start preparing for this earthquake thing, right? He didn't mention food, but he did mention, he wanted me to get a radio, because I don't really have one. I used to have a few of them, but, I've been moving around so much, as we all know. So, I don't have one, didn't have one, okay? So I ended up getting like a little small radio, and, it has batteries and whatever. I got some batteries. They may not last, until the next earthquake or whatever, but I put them away. And so I kept thinking, for many years I was thinking I need to start supplying food, just in case of an emergency. And the last earthquake issue kind of really made me start thinking. So I got a few items at the dollar store. Some things that are going to be good till like 2021, which is not bad, I guess. But, just food that you would probably need that would be very handy. Canned goods, stuff like that. And they recommend things like that, and then I also bought some water. But I kept thinking, well, I could go home and then drink the water, and then, but even though, I just wanted to keep it separate, I just figured I'm going to store that water away, and that water is there for that particular reason. Now, I can change it out in time, but I'm thinking that's my little supply. So it's like a little supply. I bought about a week's worth of food at the dollar store, like 79-cent cans. I mean, 99-cent cans. Some of them were 79 cents, because I did go to, not 79, but 78 cents. I went to Walmart, and I got some, like, vegetables and beans and, stuff that, I don't normally eat, only because it's just, they're not my thing. But in case of emergency, you can't eat the food that you usually eat, right? So you have to buy canned goods. I don't like canned goods, really. I don't. If I buy vegetables, I prefer them fresh. If can't get them fresh, then I'll get them frozen. But like I said, when shit hits the fan, you got to do what you got to do. So I stopped off at Walmart today. That was in Walmart, and I have this love-hate relationship with Walmart, as everyone knows. Okay, I really have this thing about Walmart because it's so annoying. They're so big. They're a huge company, and people talk about the weirdos that are in Walmart. Okay, I mean, people have always talked about that. But, I accept the fact weirdos are everywhere, but they do tend to cluster in Walmart for some reason. And there's all kinds of pictures and things that people post on Facebook about different people who've walked into Walmart. Some of it's pretty funny. But anyway, I went to Walmart today, and I had to get a couple items and was looking for water. But, their layout is a little different than, which is kind of surprising, because I was under the impression that most companies had the similar layout. Like, I've gone to certain branches of stores, like department stores, for example, like in one town, and then I'd go maybe like to the Los Angeles area, and I'd go into their, with around the same time or month or whatever. It's been a long time since I've done that, mind you, but I'll go to the same store, and it looks very similar, the layout. But this particular Walmart looks a little different, right? Well, anyway, I was walking around, and I was like, man, it's kind of nice to switch up the routine. Even the smallest change in your routine can make a difference, okay? It can affect your mood, you know? So I was thinking, okay, sure, it was a detour. Sure, it's not something I'm used to, but I'll just go out here anyway. And I'm kind of glad I did. So anyway, I got some stuff at Walmart. It's not a big deal, but, you know, it is to somebody who's on a budget because they've been gang stocked, you know, and you're excited about buying this right here, which is only $4. Now, I had a juicer before, but it broke. And I was like, oh, no. So I got a new one, you know, all these little necessities. You know, I can't live without that. That's a household item, okay? And then I got, you know, some embroidery loop. Now, these were inexpensive. And, you know, I like embroidery loops. Okay, now I'm not, what do you call it, a great skilled person at embroidery. But since I have nothing to do, since I consider myself a little old lady, okay, I like to do little old lady hobbies, okay? I like making little cute crafts. I like, you know, doing stuff. I'm not an expert. I don't want to go into business for myself. Although, you know, it wouldn't be bad if I did something really outstanding and sold something on Etsy or something like that. Yeah, I would do that. But would I do it for like my main occupation? That's just retarded is what that is. But anyway, I got this right here. And it's pretty blue. And so, you know, I plan on just going ahead and getting some fabric and doing some little flowers or something. Or I have some extra fabric and I can put it in here and just hang it on the wall. I do have like a similar pink, well, I'm not going to show you, but it's like an orange one. It's a little bit bigger than this one. And I had a beautiful scarf that I used to really like. And it wasn't anything expensive, but it was really pretty. And it was a scarf that didn't necessarily look kind of good on me because it was like a yellowish orange color. So it's not, it's like, you know, I figured, well, how am I going to use this? Like, could I throw it away? Because I was doing a bunch of throwing away. I kept thinking, you know, I could put it in this loop and hang on the wall, cut it up and, you know, make a little decoration, which is what I did. And it looks really nice. But I got this, and I got fabric softener sheets. Nobody gives a shit about that, right? I got some embroidery needles, because I only had one in my needle pack, and I've been getting by with that. But what I really was excited about was this multi-pack embroidery floss. You know, I have all these different colors. Now, I got some floss at the Dollar Tree about a few years ago, and I held on to it for a long time. As a matter of fact, that's part of my craft project that I'm working on right now. I'm working on a handbag, you know, casual handbag, okay? Just one of those things that you stroll around with. You know, you don't want to show up to work with it because it just looks too, I don't know, hobo-ish or whatever. But I bought these, right? And they're so much more vibrant in color. Some of these colors are kind of similar to the ones that were in that pack, but I have like a multitude of colors. You know, like I have teal, and turquoise, and this apple green color, and this pink, and I even have like purple. I'm so excited about it. I am. I'm like so happy about it. I'm so happy about it. I had to come up here and make a video. That's how happy I am. It doesn't take much to make me happy. As a matter of fact, certain things make me happy. You know, some people need expensive stuff. You know what makes me happy? If somebody gives me a spool of thread, I would be like happy, especially if it's green. Okay, I have this little weird things that I like, you know, and I like thread and yarn and stuff like that. And no, I am not artistic. Get that out of your head. I enjoy hobbies, okay? I mean, I enjoy color and, you know, things like that. I did make a lot of art. This is some of the art that I've made. Some of it I made, well, that particular thing that says think happy, be happy. Well, I didn't make that, okay? But the other ones, you know, they're my work of art. They're not great, you know, but, and that black thing with all the little weird solar planets or whatever you want to call it, galaxy, felt galaxy I call it. Anyway, that was made by me. I'm not like an artist, okay? I'm somebody who enjoys crafts and somebody who does feel very comfortable with being surrounded with things that I make. You know, it's not a compulsive thing, but I like being surrounded around the things that I like or that I'm connected with, you know? So anyway, I've been feeling a lot better lately. I have been feeling a lot better lately. I'm still dealing with a little bit of that lag, that weird feeling, after a person has dealt with being stalked for a very long time. You know, I will say, like, when I first realized that I was being gang stalked, I was pretty, what do they call it, hypervigilant, vigilant, you know, like I remember, like, I felt like my eyes were constantly walking around, like, who's going to get me, who's going to get me. I felt like that, you know, for a very long time. And then dealing with these weird people at work and all this other stuff, it was very, very traumatizing for me. And I didn't feel comfortable for a very long time. I still deal with that, and I probably will be that way for the rest of my life, because, you know, we think about the time length of all this weird stuff going on, and it's understandable. So I'm trying to pick myself up, you know, moving along, trying to figure out what I'm going to do, how I'm going to get the fuck out of here, you know, because I really do want to move on with my life, okay? I want to move on. I know this routine is not healthy for me, mentally, spiritually, in any way at all. It's not anything that I would choose for myself, okay? But I am grateful for the good things that do come into my life, like that multi-pack of thread. That's so awesome. I'm so excited about it. I'm excited about it. Like, I was visualizing making all these little pretty flowers, how much I'm going to add to my little bag, and I can't tell you how excited I am. But anyway, but yeah, I am starting to feel better. It's funny because, you know, I was thinking about how shocked some people are going to be. Like, you know, I know when I was younger, I was really awkward. I was very awkward. And I know that my family bashed me a lot, you know, and they probably thought that my interest in spirituality was like a bunch of fluff and filler. Well, now they know, okay? I am one of those people who are very, it's not bullshit. It's not because I was being excluded from the family, because some people go to religion because they feel so lost. They do it out of this feeling of being broken. It was not done that way. It was something that was from the very beginning. I truly do have this feeling about, you know, the supernatural, you know, God, all of that. It's in me, you know, and so now they know who I really am. Okay, and they know that I'm not just somebody who's goofy all the time, that I actually have, you know, more to me than what they've thought, you know, and that goes for all the people that I used to know. You know, they see who I am now. And I think now that, you know, even though my stupid, retarded family was always there with their stupid presence in the workplace, I was glad that, you know, at least when I wasn't around the 24 hours a day, I was able to get better, improve myself, you know, because I felt like I was living in a huge state of confusion for many years of my life. Like, I felt like nothing ever worked out. I couldn't figure out why. Now I understand why, because I had these people that constantly judged me and mistreated me and abused me and allowed other people and encouraged other people to do it. And, you know, I'm happier without these people, you know, and, I'm very grateful, you know, that I have come to understand, you know, my position in life. Meaning I don't regret not being like them. I wouldn't want to be like them. I'm glad to be me. This is who I'm supposed to be, you know. And, you know, when I think about school, I think, yeah, 1989, I think, yeah, it's like been 30 years since I've left high school and everything. I've been thinking, you know, those were horrible years. And, you know, I sometimes, like today, I was at the Walmart, you know, and I was looking at all the back to school stuff, and I kept thinking, when I was younger, I loved going back to school. Like, I loved, like, all the little stuff that you could buy. I would get a shitload of clothes that my mom would buy me, and handbags, and all this other stuff. And it was exciting to go back to school, you know. But then I kept thinking, I was going in my mind, man, high school really sucked. I hated high school. And I think my family hated me a lot in those years. I didn't realize it was coming from them, because they're cowardice. They will never come out and tell you, you know, we don't like this about you. They want to do it to other people. And, you know, one of the things about being scapegoated, or a scapegoated kid, when you're in a narcissistic family, is oftentimes they use you for their social center. Like, they use you to gossip about, you know, so that they can basically build their social network. I know that sounds crazy, but that's how a lot of these people get united, okay? Just like how, you know, when the religious issue got introduced into this issue, you know, you had all these different religious denominations of the Christian faith, you know, ganging up on me, not because they unite in their particular belief system, because really, if they knew anything about their religions, they know that that's bullshit, okay? But they figure they'll scapegoat somebody, and then you get people who are somehow working together that they ordinarily wouldn't. I don't think that my family is so low that they would do something like that, but that's what a lot of people do. That's what scapegoating is all about, I didn't deserve their bullshit. I really didn't, and I will never internalize it. Like, I think that I felt like I deserved any of that bullshit, because I didn't. I didn't deserve any of it, So anyway, moving on from them. So when I think about, how the other employers got involved in this, because of their instruction, that's all I'm going to say about them anymore. It's a vicious cycle. The abuse actually starts in the home. It starts in the home with disrespect and abuse, of course. That's pretty much the same thing to me. And then they encourage other people to do it, and it can get really big and really bad and just out of control. I will say that I do. I have dealt with the anger of them, intruding into my personal life and my goals, and then trying to interject their personal ideas and beliefs and thoughts into what they think I should be doing, because you've encouraged these wicked fucktards like Joel's family to do something similar, okay? Nobody has the right to trample over my life. I don't care if you don't like the way I believe. I don't care if you don't like my hair. I don't care if you don't like my clothes. I don't care if you think that I should stop playing with Hello Kitty or whatever it goes on in your mind. I have my own life to live, okay? And other people do too, so I sometimes families can be cult-like, even without the religious element, they can be cult-like. They'll say one thing, like, for example, my mom saying that I can do what I want when I'm 18, but they feel as though if they feel jealous of you, somehow they want to kind of say, they'll look at bullshit excuses like, well, we're family, and in this family, we're all people who have dirty necks and crusty elbows, so this is like the thing you're supposed to do. No, it's not. There's some people don't need to be with families. They just don't. And, I think that ideally everybody wants to have, like, the warmth of a family. But if they're not warm people to begin with, they're not your family, I look at some people, like a lot of Hispanic people, Mexicans or whatever, I look at them and I sometimes envy them. I think, my gosh, they got these huge families. I see them out there, and sometimes they have barbecues and stuff like that. And there's a part of me that's like, man, and some of them are very supportive, within their families and their extended families, Oh, don't get me wrong, scapegoating exists among every culture, okay? But I've seen, the positive side of it. So anyway, oh yeah, sometimes, things are the way that they are, but it is how it is now. So I deal with, dealing with the stress of, I don't believe my goals are, they're realistic, okay? I'm not planning on moving all the way to the other side of the United States, although I wouldn't mind moving over to the other side of the United States. Like if I had a shitload of money and I had the ability to go to a particular location and then just kind of kick back, and then I could be very calm and relaxed and look for another job while I'm there, then that would be great. But where I am, the distance that I am here from there, I don't really think it's an issue. I do remember when and I do plan on actually physically moving back to where I came from. I do plan on doing that. And probably an apartment or something, and just kind of, be cool and relax. I will never acknowledge my family who lives in the same town. I don't want to talk to them. I don't want to see them. If I see them, I will not talk to them. God forbid, we make eye contact, because I will scratch their eyeballs out. So it's best not to even deal with that. So anyway, but I don't, I just really wanting things to go well, and I'm trying to, I've been working towards it. I really have. Getting things together, trying to figure out who I'm supposed to contact, all these things, and it's hard on a person, because really I should have access to, an agency. I should have access to, professionals that are also going to help me move on. But the thing is that when they put you in this program, I've heard, I mean, I don't know this for sure, but I've heard of people who've been on these lists with employment agencies, and once you get on a list for whatever reason, even though it's not your fault, you know, they will never ever help you again. And that's just how they are. And it's illegal and it's wrong, especially in my situation, but whatever. These people have caused me nothing but problems. And that's why I fucking hate them. For years of their abuse, their stupid shit, their, you know, overinflated egos, thinking they even have the right to be involved in it. How can I not hate them? It's impossible, right? But anyway, I'm enjoying the day as much as I can. You know, I still have a lot of things to do. I've been breaking things down. I've been, you know, later on today, I really should get back to my PowerPoint, because I schedule it 3 days a week. And then there's also things I need to do as far as looking for work. And there's also, you know, my which I'm probably gonna do some sewing tonight, hand sewing. You know, the embroidery. I'm really excited to work with this floss. It's so pretty. I can't wait. The blue one and the green one, I can't wait to touch them. You know, I know it's crazy, but I love color. You know, color is wonderful. I saw this beautiful outfit today. There was this lady at Walmart. She was an older white lady. She had orange pants on, a white multicolored top, and she had these pretty earrings on and this orange hat. It was like a tangelo color. It was beautiful, right? And I looked over and I thought, my God, that's gorgeous. Now, I myself would not wear that because those colors wouldn't look great on me, but I like seeing those bright colors worn by people during this time of the year, okay? It was wonderful. It's like, when I see people like that, I'm thinking in my back mind, you're a vision. You're a beautiful vision. Like, it's so nice on the eyeballs, you know? I tell you what, when I get to be a little old lady, I am so going to enjoy myself wearing whatever the hell I want. Cal can be goofy, and you know, you're just some little old lady, so nobody gives a shit, right? But anyway, yeah, she looked great, and so not a bad day, not a bad day. So I'm gonna wrap up this video. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and be back with another later. Bye.